Okay, for this problem, the equation h equals v times t minus 16t squared, where h is the height in feet that an object will obtain in t seconds, and v is the initial velocity of the object in feet per second. So for this problem, we're going to use that formula to find out if a golf ball is thrown into a cement surface and rebounds straight up, the initial velocity of the rebound is 60 feet per second. How many seconds later will the golf ball return to the ground? Well, the height that I want the golf ball to attain is going to be 0. So I'm going to plug in 0 into my equation for height. The initial velocity of the rebound is 60 feet per second. So my v is going to be 60 times t minus 16t squared. So the cool thing about this equation is that it's already equal to 0. Now I noticed that 16, and I'm just wondering if 16 goes into 60. So I'm going to get out my calculator. I'm going to type in 60 divided by 16. No, it doesn't, because I get a decimal answer. But I know that 4 goes into 16, and I also know that 4 goes into 60. So I am going to factor out a greatest common factor. Both of my terms have t in it, so my greatest common factor is going to be 4t. And that's going to leave me with 15 minus 4t, and it already equals 0. Alright, so what's inside here is not a quadratic expression, so I can't factor it anymore. I'm already done. So I just have to set each factor equal to 0. If 4t equals 0, and I divide both sides by 4, I get that time equals 0 seconds. And my other one, if I set 15 minus 4t equal to 0, I'm going to subtract 15. That leaves me with negative 4t equals negative 15. Divide both sides by negative 4, and I end up with t equals 3.75 seconds. Now, both of them make sense if you think about it. Let me draw a really quick drawing here for you. This is a graph of the problem. Here is the golf ball on the ground, going up in the air and coming back down. And so if this is time, it would make sense that at time equals 0 seconds, the golf ball is on the ground. So it works. However, it wants to know when will the golf ball return to the ground. So that's not going to be my answer because that's when it started. My answer is going to be over here, which is at 3.75 seconds. That is when the golf ball is